Hello everyone, my name is Asha Nashila, working as an assistant professor in Chalapati Institute of Engineering and Technology. Today my topic is about the Java buzzwords, or we can call as futures of Java. Here we have the different futures of Java are there. So the primary objectives of a Java programming language creation was to make it portable, simple and secure programming language. Apart from this, there are also some excellent features which play an important role in the popularity of this language. The features of Java we can call as an Java buzzwords. Here we have the different features are there: object oriented, simple, secure, platform independent, robust, portable, architecture neutral, dynamic, interpreted, high performance, multi-threaded, distributed. Now we will see one by one and what are the features of individual buzzwords we will see now. Coming to the simple. Simple, it is a buzzword, or we can call as a future. Java is very easy to learn and its syntax is simple, clean and easy to understand. According to Sun Microsystem, Java language is a simple programming language because Java syntax is based on C++. Java has removed many complicated and rarely used features. For example, pointers, dynamic memory allocation, operator overloading, exception handlings. So, in pointers, so it removed the complicated features. There is no need to remove unreferenced objects because there is an automatic garbage collection in the Java. This is the simple. And coming to the object oriented. Java is an object oriented programming language. Everything in Java is an object. Here the object is an real world entity. Object oriented means we organize our software as a combination of different types of objects that incorporate both data and behavior. It is a methodology that simplifies software development and maintenance by providing some rules. And what are the rules are? Here we have the basic concepts of OOPS are object, class, inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction and encapsulation. Coming to the platform independent. Java is platform independent because it is different from other languages like C, C++, etc., which are compiled into platform specific machine. While Java is a write once, run anywhere language, or we can call as Vora. A platform is the hardware or software environment in which a program runs. There are two types of platforms, software based and hardware based. Java provides a software based platform. The Java platform differs from most other platforms in the sense that it is a software based platform that runs on top of other hardware based platforms. It has the two components, that is runtime environment and application program interface, or we can call as an API. the continuation. Here it is a class file. So whenever we are executing a .java file by using the Java virtual machine, whenever we are compiling, the .class file will be created. So that class file is nothing but an bytecode. That bytecode we can run on any operating system with the help of the Java virtual machine. Here when we are compiling our Java file, automatically the class file will be created. So that class file we can run on Mac operating system or Windows or Linux, different types of operating systems. But here that class file can be run by using the Java virtual machine. Here the Java code can be executed on multiple platforms. For example, we took Windows, Linux, Solaris, Mac operating system. Each code is compiled by the compiler and converted into bytecode. This bytecode is a platform independent code because it can be run on multiple platforms. That means write once and run anyway. So see the diagram here, working of Java virtual machine. So whenever which it contains the Java source code, that will be compiled, and after that the class file will be generated. That is nothing but a bytecode. That Java bytecodes, those Java bytecodes, and with the help of the libraries, it will be executed through the Java virtual machine through the operating system. From that we will get the output through the hardware. So this is the general working system by the use of the Java virtual machine. So that's why we are calling as a Java is a platform independent. Write once and run anywhere, and means whenever the class file is created, the class file will be run on different operating systems with the help of the Java virtual machine. Next one is secure. Java is best known for its security. With Java, we can develop virus-free systems. Java is secured because no explicit pointer, and Java runs, all Java programs run inside a virtual machine sandbox. Let us see the diagram representations. So here we took one of the language C++ application. That application program will run on operating system. That operating system is a user runtime environment operating system. Whereas coming to the Java application, here whenever the Java application will run with the help of the Java virtual machine, so with the help of the Java virtual machine, the Java application will be run in any type of operating system. Whereas in the C++, that application will run in that particular operating system. Whereas in the Java application, with the help of the JVM, it will run in that operating system. Whereas we can choose our different operating systems, Mac operating system, Solaris or Linux, whatever the operating system we can choose. With the help of the JVM, the Java application will be run. Here the Java application means in the JVM, the bytecode, with the help of that bytecode, we'll get the output in the hardware. So that's why the Java is a best known for its security. Here we have the class loader, bytecode verifier, and the security manager are there in the while we are using the security in the Java. Here the class loader means a class loader in Java is a part of the Java runtime environment. We can call as an JRE, which is used to load Java classes into a Java virtual machine dynamically. It adds security by separating the packages for the classes of the local file systems from those that are imported from network sources. Bytecode verifier means it checks the code fragments for illegal code that can violate access rights to objects. The next one is the security manager. It determines what resources a class can access, such as reading and writing to the local disk. These are the securities which are involved in the Java. Class loader, bytecode verifier, and the security manager. Here, the Java language provides these securities by default. Some securities can also be provided by an application developer explicitly through SSL, JAS, cryptographic, etc. Robust, or we can call as in strong. Java is a robust because it uses strong memory management, and it also provides automatic garbage collection which runs on the Java virtual machine to get rid of objects which are not being used by the Java application anymore. Here there are exception handlings and the type checking mechanisms in Java. All these points make Java robust. The next buzzword is architectural neutral. Java is architecture neutral. Why? Because there are no limitations, dependent features. For example, the size of primitive type is fixed. Primitive types is fixed. Suppose take an example here. In C programming, int data type occupies 2 bytes of memory for 32-bit architecture, and 4 bytes of memory it occupies memory for 64-bit architecture. However, in Java, it occupies 4 bytes of memory for both 32 and 64-bit architectures. Why? Because here the architecture is neutral. Architecture is neutral. Only the Java occupies 4 bytes of memory for both, whether we are taking the 32-bit architecture or 64-bit architecture. Here it only occupies the 4 bytes of memory. Next one is the portable. Java is portable because it facilitates you to carry the Java bytecode to any platform. It doesn't require any implementation. So here, whenever we are compiling the .java file, the bytecode, the class file will be created. That class file is nothing but a bytecode. That bytecode can be run on any platform. So here it doesn't require any implementation. With the help of the bytecode, we can run that bytecode in any platform with the help of the Java virtual machine. So that's why Java is a portable. Coming to the interpreted. It enables the creation of cross-platform programs by compiling into intermediate representation called Java bytecode. The bytecode is interpreted to any machine code so that it runs on the native machine. So here the native machine means our own machine or our own operating system. With the help of the bytecode, we can run that bytecode in our own machine or in our own operating system. Java is faster than other traditional interpreted programming languages because Java bytecode is close to native code. Here the Java bytecode is nothing but which it contains the combination of zeros and ones, and here that bytecode can be understood by the machine language. So when comparing with the other languages, here the Java is faster than other traditional interpreted programming languages. Why? Because Java bytecode is close to native code. It is still a little bit slower than a compiled languages like C and C++. Java is an interpreted language That is why it is slower than compiled languages like C, C++, etc. Coming to the high performance. It provides high performance with the help of the features like JVM, interpretation, and its simplicity. Distributed. This is one type of feature. It is distributed because it facilitates users to create distributed applications in Java. The RMI and EJB are used for creating distributed applications. Here the RMI means Remote Method Interface and the EJB Enterprise Java Bean. By using these, with the help of these, it is used for creating distributed applications. These features of Java makes us able to access files by calling the methods from one machine on the internet. The next one is a multi-threaded. Here the thread is flow of execution. Is nothing but a thread. Here thread is like a separate program executing concurrently. We can write Java programs that deals with many tasks at once by defining multiple threads. The main advantage of multi-threading is that it doesn't occupy memory for each thread. It shares a common memory area. Threads are important for multimedia, web applications, etc. The next feature is dynamic. It is a dynamic language. Why? Because it supports the dynamic loading of classes. It means classes are loaded on demand. It supports functions from its native languages, that is C, C++. And also supports dynamic compilation and automatic memory management. Here the automatic memory management, garbage collection. It will support the dynamic compilation and garbage collection. So thank you.